lighter violet here to use, just to incorporate some of that for a turning plane slightly. And up there. Little. Now I know there's a little cast shadow with the hair, so that's one. And I can just drag that there a little. And I can still just, I have a light touch. With a light touch you can just, make nice changes. Alright, so, the, so this, I think, this plane is right there. And maybe there's a little highlight. And so just adding white to anything is going to cool it. But if you want to push it, you could, add a little purple or blue to it. But I think, I think that's fine. So I'm going to get when I squint, the little lid, bottom lid as it turns has a little value shift, but it's not a lot. It's pretty close, and it's kind of warmish. Let me see, is that right? Maybe too warm. And then it does appear to have a little bit more of that there. And right, her corner of her eye. There's always a little more red or warmth in that, but the value is pretty close. So I don't want to make it too. Probably still a little. And then let me get that up in the right spot. Okay. Sorry, I may have to take a call from the car place, but that was it. That seems a little dark here, so we don't want to age her. Okay, so I've kind of, I think I've got it set up fairly well. This kind of just sort of trails off into that area. And now I need this under eye part to sort of come up a little bit, but it's very, very soft. I don't want to make a hard edge. And in there, the value of the eye, of the sclera is a little bit, so it's cooler, but it's not really, it's too much lighter. Let me see, so I'm just gonna add. Sometimes, you just have to try things out. I had it may be a little too cool. And it goes there. And then I'm gonna put in the some of the darks on top of this, just to show you what I mean about saving things for the end. Now this, that little plane change that happens here, it goes there and it kind of goes up a little, and oops, too much. I think it's just a tad darker there. Okay, so let me get the eye. So yeah, with the scraggly edge, you can really make nice, very soft marks. Now, now I want to try the. So now I gotta put the eye in. Now, a mistake most people make with eyelashes is they make them way darker than they are, and they, they'll make them like a value 8 or something really dark, and they're really not that dark. So err on the side of less in this case. So I'm going to just use a transparent oxide brown, a little blue. I put in a little yellow, and that might be too dark. Let's see. And see how much darker that looks? I'm looking at it on my palette, and it doesn't look that dark, but maybe it's just a little too dark. So I see that it kind of comes there, and maybe it's like her eyelash really kind of stops right about there. And I can come back in and shape that a little more. Oops. Here. Now I may make that darker, maybe. And get the shape where it comes down a little more. So now I have to make do her eye, and you would think, oh, she's got blue eyes, but if I use blue, it's going to be way too blue. So I'm going to use black with white in it, and I might add a tad of yellow ochre, maybe a little yellow titanium oxide red. I don't want it to be like really starkly blue, because I think maybe what's that color? And how is the eye sitting in the socket? Like where is how is the sclera wrapping around? Thinking we didn't do. is a little bit redder, a little darker. I guess it comes right in about there. Maybe that's too red. Okay. It kind of comes up that way. Okay, let's go just a tad darker in the corner there. But I want to soften it a little. Alright, so I think I've got the shape of her eye pretty close. Do I want to highlight more of this? Hold on. Can I call you in 5? Okay, bye. Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah. Those little, what are they? Are they called what's the shape with like, if you're Asian, you have more of this, you don't get this fold. Is that the epicanthus? The what?
I've heard it called canthan fold.
Is it epicanthan or canthan? Whatever it is. So I can, highlight that a little bit more.
Small eyes.
Do that a little bit there. But I don't want to do too much of that. Okay. So here's where I might drop in a darker like accent, but it's not like super dark, but so I see like a warm fold shadow there, and maybe that's too warm. So that's right there, and that connects, but it's not. And then in the corner on the other side of the eye, it's a little darker, like right here. But I don't want to do like the whole. I'm not drawing a whole line, right? So, okay, let me finish working on her eye. So whenever the eyelid is going to give a shadow right on the top there of the eye, and then there's the pupil. It's in there somewhere. So, and then I'll just add a little lighter and as I go around. But I still the outline of the pupil or the iris rather. She has nice. I don't want to like overemphasize it too much. And the highlight, I think it's kind of on the cool side because of the sun, the sky, almost like purpley in there. You might see. But as till I get more, in here, right? So, more done with the rest of the painting. I should not be using this tiny little brush. I should go back to the big brush, or at least a bigger one. Okay, so I think the eye is fairly, as it's kind of the main focus, but it's pretty close. There's a hair right there. It's a little pinker. So that's a placeholder. I know that I have to figure out that form. And the nasal fold is there. It's pinkish, but it's kind of cool too. It's not really hot. And this, it comes across the nose there. The nose is pinker, but I don't want her to look like she's had a, gin blossoms or anything, So we don't want to make it too pink. So I'm gonna mix a little of that, average color in with it, so it's a little pink. And now I have to figure out, well, where is the value? I know it turns downward, and in that way it's getting a little cooler, like right here. But then it's getting warmer as it's really turning. It's not a whole, it's more of a halftone here, not a real shadow. And it's cooler, so I can take this and add a little cooler tone into it, and that will turn that. But I have to, when she's back up again, I'll get this shape. I have to get that shape. Okay, so we have like 35 minutes, so I should be able to. I might be able to get that second eye in. That will be my goal, to get this going a little bit more, and then you'll get to your stuff for today.